Today on the newscast, we sit down with Israel's Foreign Minister Eli Cohen for an exclusive interview. He just returned from Ukraine and he has a message for Iran. Plus, what about Israel's relations with Russia, Turkey, and the Arab world? Get the inside story from Israel's top diplomat next. Hey folks, Erick Stakelbeck here. Welcome to the Watchman Newscast. Today marks the one-year anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Now, the war has put Israel in a difficult position. On one hand, offering Ukraine support short of military aid, and on the other hand, trying to maintain good relations with Russia. Remember, Russia has thousands of troops in Syria at Israel's northern doorstep, and Israel is concerned that if its relationship with Russia sours, Russia could then attempt to close the skies over Syria to Israeli fighter jets, meaning Israel may no longer have freedom of movement in Syria to continue to strike Iran and its terrorist proxies. At the same time, Russia and Iran are forming an increasingly close military alliance, which has seen Iran supply Russia with hundreds of suicide drones that it's used to attack Ukraine. This was the backdrop when Israel's Foreign Minister Eli Cohen visited Ukraine last week and met with Ukrainian President Volodomyr Zelensky. Cohen is Israel's top diplomat, and he became the highest-ranking Middle Eastern official to visit Ukraine since the war began. I sat down with him this week in Israel's Knesset to hear about how Israel and Ukraine are, in his words, joining forces against Iran. Plus, what does Russia think? And what about Israel's relations with Turkey, where Cohen also visited this month, and the possibility of new nations joining the Abraham Accords? Take a look.
Minister, great to have you with us here in Jerusalem at the Knesset. You just returned from a very pivotal trip to Ukraine. You met with President Zelensky, other top Ukrainian officials. What can you tell us about the Israel-Ukraine relationship? Obviously, Israel reopening its embassy in Kyiv, major step. Tell us about the state of the relationship with Ukraine right now.
First, we had a very good relation with Ukraine. Actually, I'm the first minister from Israel who come to visit and support and to express solidarity with the Ukraine, not just from Israel. I'm actually the first minister who come from the Middle East, actually going to support to Kiev. I update President Zelensky that we will support his peace agreement, which is submitted to the UN resolution on the 23rd of February. And more than this, we will continue and even increase our humanitarian aid to Ukraine. And we will supply to Ukraine our alert system when they have attack in order to save life of people of Ukraine.
You also had a call with Sergei Lavrov, the Russian foreign minister, a little while back. Obviously, very delicate situation. What is Russia's response to the Israel-Ukraine relationship? Were they upset by your visit? Did they comment on it? What has their response been?
First, Israel is a sovereign country, and we are decided where to go. And for me, it was very important on behalf of the Israeli people to show this solidarity and, of course, support them. We will also have a good connection with Russia as well. We have very thing that we are dealing with Russia. Russia is an important player in our region, mainly in Syria. We have 600,000 Jews that are in Russia. And there is one thing that all of us should be aware. I think that the Russia-Ukraine war shows us the evilness of Iran. Yes. When actually right now we see that the Iranian weapon is killing free civilian people of Europe and in Ukraine itself.
Those drones that Iran is supplying.
Exactly. And Iran is the #1 finance of terror organization worldwide. Iran is like a cancer. If we see that all the time Israel fight that Iran will not have a nuclear weapon. Right now we are seeing that beside the American that all the time was with us to prevent Iran have a nuclear weapon, now we see that the European join to this battle in front of Iran as well. But the world need to take immediate steps in regards to Iran. And everyone should be aware that if Iran will have a nuclear weapon, it's not just a problem of Israel, it's a problem of the whole free world. Since in every place that Iran is involved, the people suffer. First in Iran itself, you can see it as well in Syria, you can see it in Lebanon, and you can see it in the Houthi in Yemen, in all the other places. So if anyone had any doubt, we show that actually what Iran is doing. And I spoke to President Zelensky, and we agreed to join forces, since right now Iran is a mutual enemy for Israel and for Ukraine, for Europe, and for United States as well. Therefore, we will join forces in order to prevent Iran to have a nuclear weapon.
Minister, I think that's a key point. The head of the snake for global terror resides in Tehran in the form of the Iranian regime. And in your travels as foreign minister, you'll be traveling to world capitals looking to help build support against the Iranian regime. One region threatened by the regime, or one faction, is the Sunni Arab nations. I think of the Abraham Accords nations. As foreign minister, what will you look to do to help expand the Abraham Accords? Prime Minister Netanyahu has talked about Saudi Arabia even, and a big part of that seems to be a united front against Iran and its terror axis like Hezbollah and Hamas.
What I can say that right now is we mentioning the 2 years of signing the Abraham Accords, which actually the Abraham Accords is the most dramatic things in our region for the last 2 decades. And in this agreement, we have normalization with the UAE, with Bahrain, with Morocco, and the Abraham Accords increase the stability in our region, bring more prosperity to our people, and build the coalition in front of Iran. And one of the main goals of me as the foreign minister of Israel is to strengthen the Abraham Accords and expanding them. I visited Sudan 1 month ago. I met with the President El Burhan, and we are working very closely with our American friend in order to structure the frame that in this year we will sign the agreement with Sudan as well. There is more other Muslim countries that we are dealing with them that will join to the Abraham Accords. Part of the countries that I mentioned, and most of the countries that we already have peace with them, their threats is Iran. It's not Israel. Israel is their partner that we are willing to work together for the benefit of our people.
Yeah, it's amazing how things are shifting in the region. Minister, last question. As you're traveling around the world, you're meeting with these leaders. One of the things you will be sharing with them is Israel's incredible high tech, its technology. Can you talk about how Israel is so appealing and such a great partner for other nations because of the incredible innovation right now taking place in the Jewish state? Israel has a lot to offer.
Israel, we call it the nation of innovation. We have a lot of entrepreneurs. I think that our culture that come, one from the army, the second thing that we don't afraid to fail. You know, in Israel, if you start something and fail, nothing happen. Tomorrow morning you will start it once again. But I want to speak in regards to innovation to a very important Jewish phrase, which we call it tikkun olam, which is meant to make the world a better place, to fix the world. And we are trying to take our innovation in order to make the world a better place. And
you were just on the ground in Turkey.
Exactly.
Right after the earthquake, you met with President Erdogan.
Yes, of course, also to Turkey. But if you speak about the innovation, take for example Mobileye. This is a company that located in Israel that actually they have alarm system in car that prevent accident. They save life of many people. They prevent injuries. We have scientists that invent drugs for deadly cancer, which people, they said they will probably die. Right now, now they have to live, and there is many other both things that we are doing. I'm very proud of what Israel did for our friends in Turkey. We 12 hours after we heard about the huge disaster, we sent the first mission. We are very lucky that we were able to save the life of 19 people. More than this, we built a field hospital, which we serve almost 1,000 people in this field hospital. And it's really heartwarming, and I think that what we did will also contribute to the relation between Israel and Turkey and for the region at all.
Minister, great stuff. Thank you so much. Keep up the good work. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks again to Israeli Foreign Minister Eli Cohen for joining us. Folks, he is a very busy man, as you can imagine, and we appreciated him taking the time to sit down with us shortly after he returned from his Ukraine trip. We'll have much more great content from my recent Israel production in the coming weeks, so keep it right here. And in the meantime, thanks for joining us today. God bless you. And remember, never hold your peace. Hey everyone, thanks for checking out the Watchman Newscast. If you enjoyed this episode and want to see more, make sure you go ahead and hit the like button, click subscribe, and tap the bell icon to turn on notifications for new Watchman Newscast episodes every weekday.